Welcome to your Magic Moon message. This is the Peace Dealer. The moon is in Gemini. The sun is in Aries. And things are going to get very scary. I'm, of course, just saying that to rhyme. But for all intents and purposes, we have just begun relative to the activation of this new moon. And this is the point and precipice of where we open the door into a whole year of chaos and fuckery. And I just want to remind you that we are going to have like the 2024 elections, if we even have it, right? And not that everything is about just that, but just an example of, events that are happening this year that, relative to everywhere else in the world will, I think, just be as equally as impactful. So anyway, yeah, we're opening the doorway into a whole year of just shenaniganery. Word of the day. And it's nice to know we've barely just started. We're literally, 4 months into the year. And yeah, it's about to just get even crazier. So I'm just saying that to let you know, it's like everything you believed this year was going to be, everything that you believed you could be, everything that you maybe had a theory about, everything you had a theory about from January to late March about, wow, like this just happened in the first 3 months. This is what I believe this year is going to be. You're about to be proven completely wrong. This is going to just like 90-degree angle turn you. And you're just going to be like, oh my God. It's not that you were entirely wrong. It's just you're going to understand truly what you might edit about it, which is cool because you're now opening the doorway into a brand new journey about you and who you are becoming relative to what you've done the past decade or so. But yeah, with the moon in Gemini, this gives you a true understanding of who you are and the actions that not only you will continue to take to unlock that, but the angelic support and understanding which enlightens you towards what direction you're taking. It's pretty cool, not gonna lie. It sets up the 90-degree Cancer Moon square angle at the end of Aries season, which will now deepen your understanding of who you are by giving you a sincere feeling of it. You're going to understand the energy signature of what you're rocking with. And in being able to think about what you're doing and really communicate who you are, this steers your mind in the right direction to feel the right feelings. Anyway, that's really more so the math. Let's talk what's really happening. You're getting blitzkrieged, not even just by information and vibes. Your whole world is getting to literally uproot from underneath you. Because really, over the past week, you planted the seeds for everything you're going to experience now. And I'm going to use an analogy of watching like a fantasy movie or an action thriller. An action thriller with just very unnecessary fantasy elements that might kind of break the tension for you. But you could still get behind it. You could still believe it's still believable. And now you're at the part of this movie or show where all the characters have kind of just been introduced, but now it's going somewhere. We're going somewhere with it. And in stepping through that, you're getting ready over the next week to realize that the way you thought things were going to go is not in any way. This is not at all what you thought it was. And I'm not saying that you were completely wrong, but it's going to introduce a completely new element. And you're going to be getting ready to integrate this understanding and perspective while directing this new direction in your character. All right. The best way I can say it is, maybe you felt like you're gonna make a small investment. You know what I'm saying? I'm just gonna invest $100 that I don't normally invest, and I could hope to make a good grand off of it. You know what I'm saying? At least over the span of a month or 2 months. Nothing too crazy. And you could never have accounted to, in investing not even 100 but 50 of that, to hit the goddamn jackpot, and now your life has changed because you have 20 million goddamn dollars. Okay, so like, this is what's going to not only provide footing for very, very powerful beliefs that you have been creating, and the systems of beliefs you've been establishing, but it's going to pretty much help you understand the blueprint of how to maintain integrity of that. Now, at the same time, it's going to establish the blueprint of how to maintain integrity of the beliefs you have about yourself. So the moon in Gemini is having you understand the truth. The square to Mars, the god of war, and Saturn is anything, of course, in these unconscious habits or beliefs about yourself that are pretty much delusional as fuck and just not true in any way. You're not going to be able to really construct any true thoughts about it. So you're going to really see this disconnect in what you believe versus what you understand is true. And of course, this is where you could like reinforce that if you want to. But the purpose of this, of course, the mutable square, is to just readjust your focus. So, for those of you, this will allow you to align with, beliefs that you can now truly understand. For those of you who actually are on point, and that's really the key feature of this, a lot of you are going to realize, holy shit, my beliefs are more on point than I ever thought. A lot of beliefs at a deeper level won't even really just be beliefs. There's a true understanding of everything you believe and how it connects together, which is the final activation with the moon in Gemini of this new power and this new direction that you're moving in. Okay, this is really badass. I'm not even gonna lie, because the moon will then, of course, square Neptune, which at this point is 28 degrees, and Neptune hasn't been at this degree since like the 1800s, if not like early 1900s. That's just really amazing. That's just really amazing. This is peak imagination and psychic energy. But let me not say that. I like to look at 28 degrees Neptune as a heightened sensitivity of the astral realm through your imagination. I feel like any words I may put to it really won't do it justice. Yeah, because all of this is preparing for the end of this year to next year, where we transition into the New World Order, meaning Saturn and Neptune are going to go into Aries. That's going to prepare for Uranus and Gemini. So it's nice to really get a good idea of what you're beginning to unlock and what, direction you're going to move forward into once again. The square we have to Pisces is very important because that true understanding is also providing the blueprint towards how what has been revealed to you, the analogy of Noah's Ark, and facets of yourself that you have been wanting to understand, especially for those of you that God has given you a belief, a revelation, something to really, kind of ponder on. You might come into, for the first time, words for this. You might start to understand experiences that have been happening, but now that you've stepped into this next level of understanding and evolution, you're being able to put a deeper layer of words to the experiences you're having that completely align with these beliefs. All right. Everything that begins to integrate in this perspective, in a week from now when the moon is in Virgo, will harvest. All right. It's going to be very powerful as far as bringing a tangible reality to this through your behavior. But before we integrate this into our lifestyle, we're activating it in our mental and what we're thinking. Think the coding and the programming. And with Mars, this is going to help you understand the supernatural nature of actions that are non-linear as espialidocious, supercalifragilistic. Yeah, just non-linear. But not that they don't have to be linear too, but they may not make the most sense on at first glance until it just makes all the sense in the world. So this is a very peculiar transit to go through. The 30-degree angle of the moon to Jupiter and Uranus also manifests the perspective of the quality of energy you're harnessing. So yeah, given that Aries is the first stage activation, Taurus is the second stage, and then Gemini is the effect of what power we just activated. This is going to put all of these concepts together, and you're going to define what it is. Many of you are going to actually, at a core level, understand the name of your power, because there's power in the name, and your power is that no one else is you. So you have a very sacred name. In fact, those of your names that are written in the book of life, you're being awarded eternal life in this lifetime, regardless of what pantheon you believe in that has created a mythology or a belief system around this universal principle that you are an eternal soul. Yeah, so this is going to help you towards that now that you're on Noah's Ark over this Saturn and Pisces ride out of the end of the world as we know it. And you're going to come into a hardcore unlocking of your true name in application that you're going to integrate over the next week as we get ready to not only step into Taurus season. This is the last part of what this is all setting up for. Guys, Pluto just entered 2 degrees. Okay? Every degree that Pluto moves forward, I want you to think we have made it to the next level of the Hunger Games. And if everything over the past month and a half was just 1 degree, every degree gets exponentially more intense. And this is going to lead into Sun in Taurus square Pluto. So this is a huge final boss showdown. The first of 3. Sun in Taurus, Sun in Leo opposite Pluto, and then the Libra Pluto retrograde. Okay? This is not a joke, guys. This is going to get heavy. It's going to get heavy. So the moon in Gemini is going to just kind of change the way you kind of think what you felt you believe, and it's going to help reposition you so that you can move forward in the right direction. But most importantly, you're going to understand your true power and really your true name, who you truly are. And this will help you begin to understand how to integrate supernatural metaphysical concepts and being able to integrate extrasensory perception into your life. You stay blessed as always.